Hello everyone, Robasorz here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode 5 of Vampyr. And today we're going to be checking out chapter 5, Second Opinion, so we are finding the true nature of the Scouse Plague in London. Right, let's get into it. So we've got a report to Lord Redgrave about Doris Fletcher. So she's the gal we killed in the West End Theatre. Gotta go tell him. Oh no, we don't want to kill her. Actually, I think we might have a remedy for that young gentleman. I think. Neuralgia? No, we don't. Yeah, let's go tell him the good news. Stun ya. Die. The West End.
Women of all countries unite.
That's that. Lady Ashby's daughter. And into another loading screen. Ascalon Club. Hello. Yes, it is me. Oh, Lady Ashby's here. Right, where is he? Ah, there he is.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reid. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new
What?
vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
Okay.
As you wish, my lord.
Good. Now go.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Celebrate good time, come on.
Your word is my command.
Aloysius. Reach Temple Church entrance.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Yeah,
Lord
fine.
Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I feel fine.
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really
There's a
want
trap.
to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turned the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently
okay.
discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
I will try.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor?
No, I did
Do
not know
not
that.
make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already.
What, should I just kill him?
Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the
sure?
information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You
Why
suddenly
so
sound like you're angry.
vindictive?
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
Interesting.
Goodbye for
Right,
now,
bye.
Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
I'll try. Right, where's the exit? Right, let's get out of here. And we're on to another loading screen. Bloody loading screens.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Right, come on. Let's have a fight. Blow up. Right, he's seen me.
I'll send you in a fucking grave!
dead, your friends. What was that noise?
It's locked, all right. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Find a passage. Let's go through this. Let's go this. Passage.
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Your prey is mine now. You cannot win this.
Take a bite out of you. Down here? Yeah. Down we go. Temple sewers. This was shut stable. I hate going down the sewers. It all creeps me out. What's that? Oh, it's a rat. Who? What the hell are you? Jeez. What the hell's happened to him? Oh, okay, yeah, now he's dropped it. I was not expecting that. Oh, it's that door. Well. That must be this way. Another puzzle. The door has been unlocked. Right, there's oh, okay. No, not there. Up there? No. Up there? Oh god. Any more? No, 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 no. Maybe I do need it down there. Ah, huh. Oh, I want to get out of here. Don't like it down here. I want to get out of here. Oh, there we are. Phew. I don't like it. Oh, God. Into the mansion. Oh. Enter Aloysius Dawson, Arse West End.
Good evening, sir.
Each other.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reid. Do you need my help?
Yes,
Compared to my
please.
brothers.
Would you be
Agamemnon.
kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Okay,
Goodbye
cool.
for now, Mr. Baker.
Are you going to speak?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reid? Dr. Reid?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker.
Famous doctor,
Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Don't think we have met.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Is that it?
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Another man down here. What's your name, sir?
Good evening, sir.
Got evidence,
May
sir?
I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
Looking for about to turn someone.
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
Don't worry, I can look after myself.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Goodbye,
thank you.
Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reid. Is there any more people around here? Oh.
It's one of them! Stay back! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
That's what you get for calling me vermin. Is this the mansion we need to go into? I'm hoping it is. Okay, we are in this mansion.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last.
Fountain
But the
of
question
Life.
remains.
Hello, Lords.
Am I
Most
ready
graves,
to make a
orders.
dying man my progeny?
Elizabeth. Where is he? Is he here? Oh, there he is.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reid. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your
find some
barricades and
people.
outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
No.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reid. Planned very carefully.
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs. And the cold, so cold.
I will
I
become
need to
your
go
maker.
through some stuff with
Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't
fine,
consider you
smaller
my liege or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reid, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Oh, I
Let's
don't know
move on,
whether
then.
we want to go
Please,
ahead
I'm
with
cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reid, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor.
really
I'm a
giving us a lot of
businessman.
stuff to
I'm used to
do.
tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes,
Sounds like
it will
Donald
be
Trump
tall
when he
and
wanted to build a
strong,
wall between
separating
America
the
and
wheat
Mexico.
from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create two separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated,
No.
as soon as they are spotted.
So we're going to go with Elizabeth's.
I've heard
Otherwise
enough.
not do it.
It's time to proceed.
Wait, no!
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Just have to get in the process.
You don't deserve immortality,
Yeah,
Mr.
no.
Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on
We
about?
ain't going to do it.
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
Kill! Kill! Kill!
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
Report to Lord Redgrave. I
Is
didn't
it
go
done,
with it.
Dr. Reid? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
He didn't survive the procedure. He was too weak.
This is unacceptable, nevertheless. You were given the simplest task.
Well, he didn't survive.
Get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Ooh, you
Yes,
tell him,
go,
Jonathan.
traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
And by the sword you die, protect the Pembroke Hospital. Talk of old Bridget. Bridget! Where is she? That old bat. How is that, old Bridget? Hi, old Bridget.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon.
What are you doing up on the
So
surface?
do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Lady
About
Ashbury.
what?
You know her. Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the Sewer Skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
No
time to lose then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Tell her I worry about her.
Do not, for she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you.
Don't tell me what to do.
Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Oh god, we've got a long way to go. Isn't there like fast travel? gotta go. This way.
Cheap price, good quality.
Oh,
Come on,
we
take
can
a look.
go
Don't
through.
be buying something, sir.
You never lose your focus, do you? Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Goodbye
I
for
just
now.
saved you. We've got to get to the Pembroke.
Your prey is mine!
What the?
This is my territory!
Oh, come on.
Stupid newborn!
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere. Oh, shut up.
We can deal with this vermin. It's down! Finish it. Watch it!
Taking as much blood as you can.
Well. Show me how you defeated Fergal.
Lord. Oh, I didn't catch his name.
What is this truck? Are the vampire hunters here already?
Edgar. I think we can treat you.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yeah, I am actually.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. Thanks, anyway.
Not really, to be fair.
Goodbye, Milton.
Go to Edgar Swansea's office.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar?
Edgar. What have they done to him? Seems like everyone's just acting casual, like they don't really care about Edgar. Maybe it was all of them done it together. What's going on here? We're like a trap or something. It's the sun.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack.
No.
Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic.
What?
You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are.
You're his progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak!
Who's Marshall?
So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
Why have you got King Arthur's
This
blood?
is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father.
I don't even know who my father is.
It hurts, doesn't it?
What?
Freewood prevails!
Wow, that. Phew. Right, let's go back up because I think we're going to need to level up a bit before we take Jeffrey. Before we take Jeffrey on. Let's level up. Increase our health. That one. Rage. Okay, 3 souls on you. We only leveled up once, is that it? Terrible news for London. Oh yeah, we killed them, didn't we? Prices and stocks and emotion in this edition have changed. Oh, yeah. Right, let's get to work. What's that? Strong stamina. Alright. Let's take him on. Got to fight Jeffrey McCullum. Jeffrey.
Come on, Reid. Try something else.
Take a bite out of you.
The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. Show some style. Fight like a man. If you're so innocent, why does simple life burn you so much? Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. I know! It hurts, doesn't it? Freewind prevails!
Oh, we've got him. Bury the hatchet. Defeat McCullum.
We are the guardian of justice. Freewind shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Freewind. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
Who says that?
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now, for there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
Oh, we could turn him if we wanted
That's
to.
where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
Oh, what do we do? I'll spare you. Okay. Screw it, we're doing it. We haven't done it once or two in the game.
I'll make you one of us!
No! Kill me!
Prepare yourself, Hunter. You're about to be hunted, just like me.
No! No!
When I kissed my poor man goodbye, I had no idea what I was doing. But now I do. Consider this my kiss of Judas.
Lovely. See that?
Welcome to the world through the looking glass.
Whoa, Jonathan, mic drop right there. Boom. Science without conscience. Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Reach the Doris Fletcher's theatre. Right, we're gonna go Back to the theatre. Oh, where even is the theatre again? Gotta go left here. Oh, sorry, Clay, I haven't got sepsis.
Better go home, sir. The lively! It's onto us! Fuck, it's fast! Want some of this?
I am a vampire, don't forget.
I'll kill you!
Oh, bludgeoned him.
It's one! Oh my Christ, he's dead! Away with you! Stop! You traitor!
Well, that wasn't that difficult. Oh, I didn't see you there. Let's go to the theatre.
So Priwen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Gather information. Oh, here.
Over there!
What? What did he just shout? Yeah, we're making a hell of a lot of noise. Boom, 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 boom. down. Oh yeah, I can have a drink. 2.
Steady, boys! He's dead! Die, vermin!
Yeah, how do I get to him?
Smells like rotten meat.
Well, I know he's down there, but... McCullum's report.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
This door has now been unlocked. Ah, ha.
Die, vermin!
I cannot enter.
Why can't you enter?
It's locked, all right.
It's locked, alright. Where the bleeding hell is the bloody key?
It's locked, all right.
Oh, where the hell am I meant to get down there then?
It's locked.
Yes, I know it's locked.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand.
Brilliant marshals.
Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Oh,
Edgar.
it's Edgar.
Edgar, can you hear me? Jonathan, is it really you? Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here. Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Just a bit.
Edgar, what happened? They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would...
Don't worry, I made it into a vampire.
Dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
I put him in a somewhat delicate position when I made him an immortal.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Yeah, I think it was.
Time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see.
The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my
Tell
house.
me, Edgar.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
So, could it be my maker then?
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
Oh.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Well,
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theatre. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Don't you see
Come
the
on,
pattern,
Edgar.
though?
Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum.
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
It's because she's in the sewers.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital.
Well, I didn't see that,
Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Oh, God. Let him die. You deserve it. Brace. So we literally kill him. Or we turn him. Oh, man. I was not expecting any of these choices. Or maybe take him back to hospital and cure him. Oh, what to do? What to do? Oh, man. It's the toughest decision. I'm telling you.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
Yes,
I have no way of knowing
me.
which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Oh my God.
Enough!
You are reborn, Dr. Edgar Swansea. Diane Swansea, take care of Swansea's fates. Okay, right, we're going to be ending the episode there. So that's chapter 5 done. Join me tomorrow where we do the final chapter, chapter 6, and also the epilogue as well. Same time, usual time, 3 o'clock. But please don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment down below. And obviously hit that subscribe button as well to get more access to much more great content which is already on there. And content which is going to be coming in the near future as well. So again, thank you from me. See you in the final episode tomorrow. Bye bye.